Hi guys, welcome to the channel. CeeChronicles here. I post fragrance related content on this platform. We review a lot of fragrances, especially from the Middle East. So if you love that style of content, please consider subscribing and joining the family. If you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. I have a couple of vials that I've been playing around with, which I bought from High G Scent. Okay, so High G Scent is a fragrance decant company. They do sell full-size fragrances from time to time, but you can actually test fragrances first before you purchase. And I have pulled out 3 that I ordered. This Maison Alhambra Victoria Flower Rosa Lilium, okay, is a fragrance that I was playing around with on this card because I wanted it to dry down. However, what I can say about it is I'm going to respray it though. I just want to tell you about the dry down. This fragrance has got a creamy, buttery, creamy tropical feel about it, as though it's got some coconut, but it lists the notes of mango, and the mango is, makes an appearance right there at the beginning. I just wanted you to know because I have already sprayed this. Now I'll respray it again so that we have that opening, okay? So I'm not sure when this was released. I mean, I've lost count when it comes to keeping up with the fragrances from the Middle East, especially from Latafa. The fragrances keep coming. So I'm going with this route because of course it saves money and stuff, but I still buy full sizes if I love what the fragrance is doing. Okay, now the mention of mango is going to have some people perhaps go straight to fragrances like Yara Tusa, the orange one, right? This is not like that. However, it does have a tropical feel about it, as though it is a coconut that umbrellas this fruitiness, right? And again, for those who may want to know whether the mango is mangoing as in how Latafa did Ajaib, the portrait, no, that's not how the mango in here interprets. This is a very creamy mango, a mango in white florals. It doesn't even vibe again like the other Latafa that we got, which was a taller one from the Latafa Pride collection that was very mango forward. This is a tropical fruity scent with a creamy undertone, soft woods, very feminine in how soft it is, but with presence. Even as I've sprayed it from the vial, right, it does give a promise of something that's going to last long. And I did test it on skin and clothes, but I didn't go all out. As soon as I got the mango part, I was like, okay, fine, I want to see how this mango vibes. So the mango is going to pop in there as juicy in the opening, but immediately gets buried or sunk into those white florals. The white florals interpreted as creamy florals, but anchored by like a coconutty, milky undertone, and then soft woods. The woods that could be in this fragrance could be soft wood like sandalwood. Sandalwood done not in a green way, because sandalwood can add a pickle feel to fragrance. This does not have that pickle accord. It actually has a creaminess about it. So it does have a little bit of some depth. I like this one, but I probably will not add it to my collection because there are a lot of class of fragrances that kind of vibe like this. For the prices of the Maison Alhambra, if you wanted to add it to your collection, you could. Now, while I tell you about the next one, just a quick reminder, we are running a promo for Proud Mary, still going for $99. This was after, some of you via emails contacted us to say, why should the $99 end on Valentine's Day? So you can still pick up Proud Mary Extrait de Parfum for $99 on our website, www.macedonperfumes.com, or right here on YouTube. Always remember to use the code C15 guys at checkout. Now the next fragrance is this one, Camille. I sprayed it on this, okay? This is another crowd-pleasing DNA. It's a burst of fruitiness, sort of like a berry blast, that sort of thing. And then it immediately gets into a bright rose. And that is the dry down that I'm getting here. So I pre-sprayed them because I just wanted to make sure that we run through some of these videos without waiting for the actual dry down, right? So this is going to be a fruity feel of a fragrance. It feels red, okay? So when I say rose in this, do you expect like a red rose? If you put color to scents, that's what I mean. It kind of feels red in the sense that in this, some of you are going to say you're getting a raspberry, strawberry, a little bit of a plum, that sort of thing, but it doesn't stay like that. As I'm sniffing the dry down, it's now more of florals in patchouli and a little bit of a woodiness there from, you know, perhaps the cedar. When I sprayed it the very first time, the one fragrance that came to my mind was Creed Camina. And I thought, no, it can't be Creed Camina because the same brand has given us that fragrance. The likeness there was in how the rose, you know, has been done there. Creed Camina has got the rose and peony, and it kind of gives off a fruity thing. So what I can say about this is it's not like Creed Camina. I was just clutching on straws to see what I can compare it with what I already have in my collection. It's not. So the word around that says it's inspired by that Rosa Mirror by Guerlain is probably something that you could put there in consideration. However, if you're like me and you don't have that fragrance, based off of what it's doing, it's that happy, fun, sweet, fruity, fizzy, summery, very blast mood lifter. This is an easy reach, okay? The only con to it is it's going to be one of those DNAs that have popped up multiple times here and there. It kind of smells like a typical perfume shop, if I may put it that way, okay? Or how the ladies' fragrances that are crowd pleasing kind of vibe like. So that is this one, guys, Maison Alhambra. I'm having to reread it closely there. Maison Alhambra Camille. Okay, now the last one on this lineup, guys, is going to be Sensual Vanilla, okay, by Maison Alhambra. I've been playing around with it by comparing it with La Dida, because remember when I came with La Dida, I told you guys that this was kind of reminding me of that Tom Ford Vanilla. And with this one from the house of Maison Alhambra, they've made it so clear, even in terms of the bottles. You know, Maison Alhambra has got like certain bottles where, you know, these ones are inspired by the Bonds. This one are going to have fragrances inspired by the Creeds and stuff. This fragrance, yes, is a double dose of vanilla. And the thing about vanilla by Tom Ford is it's a nice vanilla to smell, but I can see how difficult it can be to try and recreate or to try and remake synthetically. And I'm not saying the Tom Ford one is not synthetic. I'm just saying it's a vanilla that can easily go left or right. And in this, the thing about this particular vanilla that I do not like is it starts off giving off like a not really pleasant initially. I don't know whether the clash is because that same vanilla then intertwines with a woody tonka or whatever it is. So this is one of those that I do not enjoy offset, unlike this one, okay? And remember, this I didn't say it was 101. I just said it kind of feels like it's a cut from the same cloth as if you like that Tom Ford one, you're gonna like this. Now this one seems as though they were going for exactly that, but it doesn't start like that. So if you're one of those people that hate an opening of a fragrance without the patience to see how it goes, then you might not perhaps like this one, or you might dismiss it based off of that. And unfortunately, I mean, I was really disappointed with this because this was one that I was hoping to even add in full size. I have had a whiff of the real thing, and I do have it in oil form, and the real thing is really flawless, you know, like a nice flowy vanilla. I get that some people find it a little bit basic, but if you're going for a vanilla only fragrance, you know, it can go either way. It can be the most beautiful thing people have ever smelled, or something that is not just getting to a certain level that some people expect it to get to. Personally, I do love the Tom Ford one. I feel it's flowy. I feel it's beautiful. I feel it's fluid in how it interprets, something that I do not get from this. There's like an off-putting thingy, a clash there, perhaps in when the vanilla mixes with the tonka, or this vanilla here is kind of toasty. I don't know, but way later in the dry down, yes, you know, in fact, not even way later, even if you spray it immediately, you can tell that that's what they were going for. However, it kind of roughed up there, and then way later you then get into that lightness that's similar to that Tom Ford one. So that's the only thing I can fault Sensual Vanilla, and that is what I had for you here. The most interesting one I'd say is the Camille. It has made me even think of looking for the real thing, just to sniff it, perhaps in a miniature size or something, because it is really beautifully done, although it is a typical, you know, like your everyday expected perfume shop smell with a berry blast and stuff. But that's the most interesting one, and I noticed that Maison Alhambra seems to know how to make fragrances like that very well, because even their Camina clone was very good. Now this one was not the Camina clone, it's a Rose Amira clone, but it's really smelling so good. So definitely guys, of the three that I spoke about, the Camille is going to be the one that takes the trophy, followed by the Victoria Flower Rosa, and unfortunately the vanilla one is my least favorite. Thank you so much guys for joining me today. Let's meet in the comment section where we discuss more about fragrances. Remember to turn on post notifications, that way you get to be notified anytime I upload a video. Also remember, you can still pick up Proud Mary for $99, and you can still use my code C15. Like and share this video guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.